General Introduction to Consciousness. Consciousness is a central and crucial feature of our mindset. But still, nothing can appear so familiar as our consciousness. Consciousness could also be understood as being awake or aware. We are aware every moment of our waking state. Consciousness is being aware of what is happening outside and inside in ourselves. Most of us tend to assume that every human intention is founded on possessing consciousness. A human being who is no longer conscious has lost his humanity. For the French philosopher Descartes, consciousness was the equivalent to thinking, and thinking was the ultimate proof that we exist. Nothing, according to Descartes, in the mind can occur other than the act of thinking. I think, therefore I am, he so famously coined. We can have our consciousness of thoughts, and we can have our consciousness of those thoughts. At the same time, some respected philosophers still claim that consciousness, in at least some form, does not really exist and that it is no more than a specific philosophical fiction. Most of us, however, are convinced that we have consciousness when we are awake and not conscious when we are asleep or in a coma. Consciousness or awareness has roughly the same meaning as being aware of events, states, and processes. We can be aware of physical stimuli, but we can also be conscious of emotions such as anger, pleasure, and sadness. The philosophy of mind of the system of the fourth way has an extensive account on how this manifold of impressions can be classified. This account is entirely unknown to traditional accounts on the philosophy of mind. Many of our beliefs, desires, hopes, and memories are also conscious. That implies that there may be beliefs and desires that we are not actively conscious of, but are very much present in our mental decorum. If we are conscious of a particular state, it is not necessary that we are also currently in that specific mental state. We can be conscious of ourselves as a subject, called subject consciousness, and we can be conscious of our mental state, called state consciousness. A mental state is a conscious state in which the subject is actively aware of being in that mental state. The moment we are aware of something, we can give a verbal account of that state, but that is often nothing more than a contingent listing of a selective range of mental aspects. Being conscious of sense data given by an external object, in the way that the object presents itself to the senses, is referred to as phenomenological consciousness. It is the impression of the redness of a tomato, the smell of gasoline, or the experience of a shooting pain in the back. This type of consciousness doesn't depend on a cognitive account and is thus the type of consciousness we share with most animals. But even though we can be actively conscious of a certain phenomenological impression, it does not follow that we know what it is like to have a certain kind of experience. This is the central thesis that Thomas Nagel proposes in his famous article What It's Like to Be a Bat. Not to be confused with the famous sitcom What It's Like to Be Batman,